In survival situations, the simplest tools can often be lifesavers. And if there's one item that truly embodies versatility and resourcefulness, it's a tarp. Lightweight, compact, and tough, a tarp can serve as your best friend in the wild. Whether you're caught in a sudden storm, need to collect water, or improvise gear in a pinch, a tarp can make the difference between discomfort and safety, or even life and death. One of the most critical aspects of survival is protection from the elements, and a tarp is perfect for this. You can set up an A-frame shelter by tying the tarp between two sturdy trees, anchoring the corners with stakes, rocks, or logs. If trees aren't available, you can create a lean-to by propping up one side of the tarp with poles or sticks while securing the other to the ground. Sleeping directly on the ground is uncomfortable and can expose you to cold temperatures, dampness, and creepy crawlers. Spread your tarp underneath you to create a moisture barrier and prevent heat loss through conduction with the cold ground. Add a layer of leaves, pine needles, or grass between you and the tarp for extra insulation. Water is a non-negotiable survival priority, and your tarp can be a game changer in collecting it. During rain, set up the tarp at a slant, funneling water into a container or trench. In dry conditions, you can use it to build a solar still. Dig a hole, place the tarp over it, and use rocks or soil to weigh down the edges. Place a small container in the center to collect condensation. It's slow, but every drop counts. If you're lost and waiting for rescue, a tarp is an excellent signaling tool. Bright-colored tarps are ideal, as they're easy to spot from a distance. Lay it flat in an open area or drape it over a high point to maximize visibility. If your tarp isn't brightly colored, use it to create large, geometric shapes on the ground, which stand out to search parties and aerial rescuers. In survival situations, adaptability is key. A tarp can be transformed into a poncho to shield you from rain or wind. Simply cut a hole in the center for your head and drape it over your body. If you're carrying supplies, fold and tie the tarp into an improvised bag. Even damaged tarps can be useful. Cut strips to use as cordage for tying down gear, building snares, or securing shelters. In hot climates, heat exhaustion can be just as dangerous as cold. Use your tarp to create shade, reducing exposure to direct sunlight. Set it up over your resting area, water source, or supplies to keep everything cooler. If the tarp is reflective, place the shiny side up to bounce heat away. When temperatures drop, use your tarp as a windbreak to shield your shelter or campfire. For extra warmth, wrap yourself in the tarp like a blanket, trapping body heat. To maximize insulation, sandwich natural materials like leaves or grass between yourself and the tarp. A tarp can act as a container for carrying or storing items. Use it to transport firewood, collect berries, or keep your gear organized and protected from rain. If you're crossing a river or need to protect supplies from water, tie the tarp into a makeshift waterproof bundle. Injuries happen, and your tarp can come to the rescue in medical emergencies. Use it as a stretcher to carry an injured person or as a splint wrap for immobilizing limbs. You can also use it as a clean surface for treating wounds or organizing medical supplies. If you're in a survival situation for the long haul, preserving food is crucial. Use your tarp to build a smokehouse by enclosing it around a small fire and racks of meat or fish. This protects your food from pests and helps preserve it for longer periods. Additionally, a tarp can act as a windscreen for cooking fires, keeping the flames steady and conserving fuel. Let's quickly recap the survival uses of a tarp. It can be your emergency shelter, ground cover, and water collector. It's an effective tool for signaling rescuers and can be repurposed into gear like a poncho or carrying bag. From insulation and shade to storage and even medical use, the applications are nearly endless. And remember, a tarp isn't just a backup, it's a primary survival tool when used wisely. So what's next? Start by getting a durable tarp if you don't already have one. Practice these techniques in a safe environment, like your backyard or a camping trip, to build your skills and confidence. Survival isn't just about having the right tools, it's about knowing how to use them. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more survival tips and tricks. Got your own tarp hacks? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear how you make the most of this versatile tool. And don't forget, stay resourceful, stay prepared, and always think ahead. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.